Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm so sorry, I had a little bit of a mishap there a minute ago. I'm not sure if what came up across on your end, but as you can tell, or may not be able to tell, I am still having internet issues. So, yes, it's a little bit, shall we say, a little treacherous at this time with my internet. Okay, here we go. There's my little background that I was looking for. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. This is Facts and Two Cents. I'm hoping you can hear me. If you guys can hear me, let me know. Give me a little thumbs up. Um, yeah, give me a little thumbs up and let me know that this internet is working. We're having serious internet issues at my house at the moment. So that would be awesome. So let me just know that you can hear me wherever you are. Hello guys, welcome, 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 Annie, Lydia, and Church Nelly. Thank you, our awesome moderators. Annie said, "Oh, thank you guys. You got a thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you." Just when I was starting, my internet went out, and my little 30 seconds did not play, and my backgrounds didn't come on, and had to go out and come back in. So I am happy this is working. Okay, you. Oh, thank you, Lydia. Lydia said she could hear me. Okay, thank you, guys. Um, yeah. So let's see. Sister is here. Annie, Andrea, Brenda. Let's see. Dolores. I almost said Facts and Two Cents because I saw my name popped up there. Yeah, Facts and Two Cents is here. Church Nelly is here. Hey, Church Nelly. Kathy, Dory. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's just hope my internet holds for the next hour so that way we can actually chat. And as was the case yesterday with my internet troubles, I'm on my mobile device. I'm on my pad, which, by the way, which I am so upset about with StreamYard. StreamYard is the platform we use to go live. And when you're on your pad or your phone, you don't have access to be able to pull in pictures or press things that you know me see my receipts. And so it's been a little frustrating these days because I have no receipts because it doesn't allow you to pull it in into when you're on your mobile device. And because of our internet issues, which I'm hoping Spectrum comes and fix today, my internet is not working on my laptop. I guess it's not strong enough or whatever. And so the pages aren't loading on my laptop. So thankfully it loads on my pad, which again is so I don't have access to pulling in pictures or anything like that. So we'll just chat like we did the last couple of days. So again, welcome you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Harry, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Pula, Guy, the Chickens, Invictus Community, and we apparently our faves are on their way to the UK right now for the Jubilee. So if the tabloids are to believe, and again, take this with a grain of salt, the Sussexes probably are already there, or maybe they're leaving later. But according to the news that came across recently, that's probably an hour or so ago, I saw on Twitter, apparently they're on their way to the UK. Who knows if that is true or not? So whatever it is, they're going to the Jubilee, much to the chagrin of others, much to the delight of others, much to, I don't know, the obsessed ones in the UK. I'm like, y'all are crazy people. Really, really crazy people. So I guess this whole thing is supposed to start tomorrow. And it's funny because it's supposed to be Queen Betty's Jubilee. And Queen Betty is the one person people aren't really talking about, other than if it's a big thing happen like Stonehenge had a, I guess, picture on their stone thingies. I don't know how they did. That's very interesting. So, unless there's something like that, I am not hearing, or at least I am not seeing online. Maybe our squaddies, if there are any squaddies here from the UK, you can tell me if they are doing anything for, or if they're talking a lot about Queen Betty. because the only thing I'm seeing on Twitter and other social media is Meghan Harry, Meghan Harry, Meghan Harry, the Sussexes, Meghan Harry, Meghan Harry, the Sussexes. It's all they can talk about. I'm like, someone mentioned William. Oh, I think it was Royal underscore reporter. She posted an article today, and I didn't even get a chance to read it, about the other brother. And to tell you the truth, I literally forgot the other brother existed until I saw him. I was like, oh yeah, the other brother. I was like, oh my gosh. Other than I saw, I think we mentioned yesterday that he had a picture with Princess Anne's daughter, who I never remember to find out what her name is. Her husband. They were hugging at Rose's farm a couple of days ago. Other than that, I haven't heard anything about the other brother and his wife, single white female. I have not heard about them. It's just like, so when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, because everything else I've seen is about Harry and Meghan. So y'all can tell me what you think about the, again, it's like it or not, Jubilee is happening tomorrow. The Unhinged coverage, the press coverage is going on. And it's like, I have literally never, like, what are these people? So it is just incredible, the stuff that's going on. Hello, everyone that's joining us. Hi. Oh my gosh, Michelle, thank you so much for your sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys' support so much. Thank you. Um, Oh, thank you, Monique. Yes, everything is going well. And I hope all the squaddies is going well as well. So Monique is joining us, Pamela. No, different Pamela. Gwendolyn, Emma, Carolyn, Sylvia. Hello, Sussex Squad family. Marissa, Vera, Joseph. Hi, Joseph. How are you? Rosa, Rochelle, Brenda. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. So again, we're just going to chat and talk about. I think I have a couple of articles. Again, I could read the articles. I could read the little clips of it, but again, I can't pull anything into this on my pad. So you have to take my word for it. I'm going to try to link it. I was trying to link the article from yesterday, but my internet is so slow. I cannot get it. I cannot get it in my laptop isn't working, so I can't pull I couldn't even pull up the page to put the link in. So hopefully, I'm gonna try to go somewhere today where I can at least get some internet service and try to link it. So fingers crossed today's better. I was thinking today, like, what would we do without internet? I realized, like, everything I do pretty much is online. What did we do before internet? We had the internet. I cannot even imagine my life now without some having internet service, and it's just like craziness. So my goodness. Let's see. Hi Mercy. Mercy says, I wish that they have a great safe flight back and forth. I wish the same as well. I absolutely wish the same as well. If they are in the air, of course, we want them landing there safely. And whatever they're doing, we still don't know. But whatever they're doing, we hope they have fun. So yeah. Let's see. Karen M. Karen, hi Karen. Karen says, Prince Harry's Polo team now have a new clothing brand line for charities. Yes, they do. So it will be in the chat later on. I'm sorry, in the show notes of this podcast. It's actually in the show notes of the last few podcasts. If you check there, you'll see the link to getting his clothing brand, their clothing line, Los Padres clothing line, which is really beautiful, very expensive, but very beautiful. But the cool thing about it, no matter whatever the price is, all of it is going to charity. So yeah, it's really cool thing for the three charities that they are supporting there in Santa Barbara. So yeah. So Lydia says, Paddle, you were highly recommended. Oh, highly recommended by Baron. We should get lots of new friends. Oh, telling you, Baron is my brother from another mother. I swear. I am just like, oh, thank you so much, Baron. Welcome if you're here because Baron recommended you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Baron. Baron all the time. I did that second. So but yeah, no, I love it's just an amazing guy. So thank you, Baron, and all for so we are all going to be part of the podcast today because most of it is going to be based on your comments. As I was earlier, I don't have proper internet service, so I cannot photos or press things. So we're just going to be talking about what's going on and what's going on now is the Jubilee. Or as that's just a Sussex success spells it Jubbly. You know, that's the Jubilee. So it's wonderful. Vivian, hi Vivian. Vivian says, hello, Pedal. I see you are very happy this afternoon. Have a great day. Oh, Vivian, what isn't there to be happy about? We're alive. For me, that's enough. For me, I'm dealing with all the madness that's going on in the world and all the craziness, all the hurts, all the, name the thing. When I wake up in the morning, I am most grateful to be able to open my eyes. So that for me, that's all I need, So yeah. Kenitha, hi Kenitha. Kenitha says, according to Hello Magazine, Harry and Meghan are heading to Windsor after they touch the UK. Well, yeah, thank you. Yeah, yes, thank you, OK Magazine, because Windsor is their home. That's where Frogmore is. It's on Windsor Great Park. So that would stand to reason that's where they'll be going. So yes, apparently all of the tabloids they are all assuming that they are flying in there today. So there you go. Oh no, my voice is going in and out. Oh no, that's not good. Oh boy. Okay, let me hang on one second, guys. VR82Q. Okay. I'm hoping this is better now. Okay. If you can give me a thumbs up or down and let me know if this is better now. So I'm just gonna make sure that my phone is on the whole time, that it doesn't just go into sleep or anything. So maybe okay. So I guess that's probably it because my phone kind of went into sleep. I'm using my phone hotspot. So oh goodness. Again, what did we do without the internet? It's so debilitating without it. But anyways, it's so funny. Someone had posted on Twitter, and I thought about this too. With all the craziness that's been going on with the press, with the British press, and all the articles, I mean, it feels like every hour there's an article. Thank you, Lydia. Lydia said it's better. With all the articles that's been written about Harry and Meghan coming and Harry and Meghan overshadowing the Queen, and they are doing this and that, they are going to be banned from the balcony. And it's so weird with all the. It feels like hundreds of articles that's been written in the last, I don't know, couple of weeks, and especially in the last few days. Harry and Meghan literally have said one thing about the Jubilee. One thing is that the only thing they said is that they're coming, they're excited, they're happy and excited to come, and that they will be bringing the kids. That's literally what they said. That's the whole thing. Like one little sentence. Well, two little sentences. Like, they're happy to be coming, they're bringing the kids. That's it. And from that, there has been hundreds of articles written about this. It is amazing how just awful is, how awful it is just with just the people are just inundated with articles again and again and again about, and a lot of it based on speculations. And it's just like, I don't know if there are any squatties here in the UK. You can let me know if it's even worse in the UK. Again, I was saying, just about the Queen. It's her Jubilee, and she's the one that I'm not hearing. Like, I am not seeing articles written about her. I'm at the point where it's like, the Queen probably needs to do something drastic to get somebody's attention. I don't know. Go hanging out with the guards marching, get on a horse, do something for anybody to pay attention to the Queen. And so that is just like, again, what are you guys thinking? Pamela says, it's worse over here in the UK as well. Oh my goodness. Which is what I'm thinking. I'm like, well, if I'm seeing, that's what I'm seeing in on Twitter, and Twitter is mostly what I use on social media. I'm not on Facebook and all of that. So I would think that, for me, just one platform is enough to see that sort of thing, because it's like, it's just over and over, and everyone's speculating. And if it's not Netflix, it's, them being banned from Netflix, and then Netflix didn't have, they never. And it's so weird. It's like they're still on this Netflix things, even though Netflix has never even applied for accreditation. Why would they? They're, producers bring that stuff in their streaming service. You know what I mean? They're not, just handing out, cameras to people to go. And again, it's a British thing. For them, the Jubilee is the greatest thing in the world. And I don't think they understand that. For other people, it's like, okay, it's a spectacle, but it's not all that, it's not a big deal. So Miss B talks. Miss B says, yes, I'm in the UK. The media like to talk trash as usual. And they did speak briefly about her flight back to Balmoral having turbulence. Yes, I saw that yesterday. Actually, somebody reported that it was this big deal, and apparently they're like, no, there was only a delay. But how they made it seem is like the Queen was in the air and the plane was having this major thing, and it was just like, no, because of the storm, there was just a delay. So yeah. Let's see. Joyce. Hi, Joyce. Joyce says, I've seen articles about Harry getting the best security. Harry got what he wanted and needed for him and his family. Yeah, exactly. It's so funny because we've done episodes on this about Harry's security. And at the time when that whole thing broke, when somebody in the government trying to, hide whatever Boris Johnson and, is doing in Prince Andrew's mess, and they brought, they leaked this to the Daily Mail, the government was very arrogant. Especially I remember that lawyer in court was very, very arrogant towards Harry, and basically basically acting as if Harry is irrelevant and he does not need security. And, and especially when Harry said, he'll pay for this, he had already said that, he would pay for the security. If need be, he'll pay for it. They were so arrogant towards it. And I don't think they expected Harry to continue pursuing it, and especially to the point of wanting to find out who in the royal family issued the order to remove his security, because that is one of the things Harry was trying to find out in court, and that was part of that review that they were doing, is to find out who in the royal family ordered that, or signed off on him. So that was part of it. And it's so funny because I have a feeling they don't want people to know that. And that's why they have, relented to the point where apparently the Metropolitan Police have been very, they've been diligently working with Harry's security to make sure that they have the best security and the security that they need. To see where they came from, months ago, when they were so arrogant about, Harry even having the nerve to file for a judicial review, the fact that he was going up against the Queen's government, it's just like the audacity And to see where we are now, where it's like, okay, we'll work with you, we'll give you everything you want, just don't say anything, and I haven't heard anything about the court case. So I don't know if that's going forward, or if this is like they've settled it going forward, or if that the security that's in place is only for this event. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's all, they've figured whatever it is that Harry wanted to be out in the open. I would assume the government and the royal family don't want people to know that. So most likely, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't hear about this review ever again. So yeah. Let's see. Joseph says, the Sussexes are a tabloid money-making machine. They keep giving. It will be a Jubilee media payday fest for all. We're about to get paid. Yep, that is exactly what it's going to be. Exactly what it's going to be. And that's why, again, they don't really make money off of the other royals. I mean, even the other brother and single white female. I mean, they don't make money off of them. So that's why, even though, I mean, you guys, there's this poll apparently yesterday where the Sussexes are at the bottom of the poll, and they've been blasting it all of yesterday. I'm literally, I had to tweet. I'm like, okay, if the Sussexes were at the bottom of the poll and they were so unpopular, why is there an article about them every hour? Why isn't there an article about the Queen, who is so popular? I've been begging for an article about the Queen. So it's just, goodness. Yep, it's definitely a payday. Definitely about making money off the Sussexes. Oh, wow, we have a new member, Iris Demania. Thank you, Iris. Welcome to the 2 Cents Crew. Hello. This is your Montecito shout out. Thank you so much for supporting us and being a part of our crew. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes. It's it's so funny because even with them making money, the one thing they always attack the Sussexes about is the fact that the Sussexes are making money. And these people feel they feel nothing, and they have no problem with them making money off of everything Meghan and Harry. But they have a huge problem with Harry and Meghan making money, no matter how they make money, whether it's Netflix, whether it's, BetterUp, whether it's, Spotify, whatever. They have this issue about Harry and Meghan making money. And we know why that is, because there's a Black woman involved. And they have a problem with Black people making money. It's just like they have no problem with anybody else making money, especially them. But God forbid Harry and Meghan make money. It's amazing to me. Let's see. Karen says, now they're saying that they believe that Harry and Meghan will stay at Nottingham College for security and probably will be spending more time in the UK. Why would they be at Nottingham College, their old home, when they have, I mean, hello, that would be right next to William and Kate. That's ridiculous. When they have security at Frogmore College, Nottingham College, wasn't that where Eugenie was before she went and stayed at Harry and Meghan's house at Frogmore? The Queen is at Windsor Great Park. I mean, they're all there at Windsor Castle. Why would they go to Nottingham College, which is at Kensington Palace? That doesn't quite make sense. But again, we don't know. Harry and Meghan haven't said anything. And today I just saw that Eugenie is back in town. She was at, I think, her gallery or something. So she is back in there. So if she is back, they're back in the UK, obviously, for the Jubilee tomorrow. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind them, it was like, I wouldn't mind. I mean, like, if I have a choice, but it would be kind of cool, I think, if they and the Sussexes stay together so their babies could be playing together and all that stuff. I mean, apparently it's a 5-bedroom house, so of course it could house them. All bedrooms will be filled. It would be a wonderful home. I mean, of course they may need place for their securities to stay as well, so I don't know how they're doing their arrangements, but But yeah, it's it will be interesting to see how, how it all pans out. And again, the tabloids come up with all kinds of, I mean, nobody knows. There was even an article that I think it was from Camilla Tominey's a liar. And she was like, the palace, their staff are freaking out because nobody seems to know exactly, that Sussexes hasn't told them anything about what they're going to do. So nobody has their schedule. So they're only saying that they're going to go to that church thing, the Thanksgiving thing on Friday, I think that is. But other than that, they have no idea. So as usual, the palace staff are in an uproar and they don't know what's doing, and they're panicking and they're triggered and all of the nonsense about that. It's just like, okay, so chill. When the Sussexes would, when they want to tell you, or if they want to tell you, they will. Until then, chill. That would be what I would think to do, so. Anne Fu says, proud day for all Sussex squaddy. Our Sussex family were invited to celebrate the Jubilee. They were? Sussex families? That's funny. What are you going to be doing, Anne? Explain how exactly how are you going to be celebrating the Jubilee? I know one squaddy, actually, Peace. You guys remember Peace? Peace was at the Invictus Games and did the interview with us. Peace posted a picture today. She was at work, and apparently they had to come dressed up for the Jubilee. Well, Peace, I love Peace. I was like, you are so bad. She wore her squatty t-shirt. So the same yellow squatty t-shirt that she was wearing, or yellow orange t-shirt that she was wearing at the Hague. There's Peace in her squatty t-shirt today. So I was like, you are so bad. I was laughing at her. I'm like, I don't know if her co-workers even know. I don't know if they know who Sussex Squad is, or that we're totally not into the Queen or any of that stuff. But she wore her squatty t-shirt. I love that. So, Joyce says they closed the court case about who stopped the security. They closed the case off from the public, but we can think you might be something. I'm not sure. I think you may have. I'm not sure what you are saying at the end. Only because it got cut off, I guess. So I didn't know that. I didn't realize they closed the court case. Well, that's interesting. If they did, that's very interesting. We haven't heard anything about it. We also haven't heard anything about that, fake bullying thing that they charged against Meghan. That would be very interesting to see what would happen to that after. I know they wouldn't say anything about it before the Jubilee, because, they've been trying to make sure everybody focus on the Jubilee. But, it'd be interesting to see what comes of both of those. Really want someone to really stick it to William with that nonsense. But yeah, so let's see who else is chatting. R.R. Carter. Hi, R.R. Carter. How are you? Says Telepedal. Oh, they expect them to live in poverty. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. I mean, that's why all those memes about when the Sussexes stepped back, Harry and Meghan were always depicted as working at McDonald's, basically in a trailer park and all of those things with the clothesline and all of that thing on the outside. That's what they expected. They didn't expect the Sussexes to land on their feet. And I think they have precedence for a little bit of precedence for that, because when what is that one that abdicated with Wallace Simpson? I always Edward to somebody. I always forget who he is, but he is the one that was married to Wallace Simpson. Even after they abdicated, the palace, the royal family or the monarchy still supported them financially. So that's where, on the part, from whatever other deals they were doing, but for the most part, they throughout their life, they were still supported by the monarchy. And so that's what people expected, I guess, that Harry and Meghan will still be dependent on the monarchy. That's why they're so desperate for them to fail, because if they fail, that means they'll have to rely on the monarchy, meaning they will have to rely on taxpayer funds, meaning then they have, the right to abuse them, as they're still doing, but now it has, Harry and Meghan just ignore them. They have no, it has no consequences for that. But that's the thing. They want them to be in poverty so that they could come back begging. I don't know why. It's just a weird thing for these people, for me, that's what they want for people. Like, you really want to abuse people so much that you rather pay them your tax dollars so that you could abuse them. And I just don't get that mentality. I mean, British people, you are like, I have never come across this kind of thing before. It is just really weird. Chodisise says, we now know the Met Police are a well-known corrupt organization. Enough said, wasting no energy listening to that shenanigans, bad record, and bungling up reports. Yeah, I mean, the Met Police, that whole thing, I don't know that could be reformed. I mean, there's so much corruption, so much, it's overwhelming, the amount of stuff, and then you do that, then you add the Andrew thing where they refuse to investigate Prince Andrew, they refuse to open the case. I mean, it's just so many things, and especially when it has to do with the royal family, plus their last commander, or what is that woman's name, as she was a dame, and it just I don't know that they could reform that I don't know that they could reform the Met Police. I mean, for me, you gotta have to scrap that, and then start over. I mean, I don't know if that's possible, but that's the only way things are gonna change. I don't think that with the people that they have there, I doubt that could be reformed. Let's see. Catherine Bird. Hi, Catherine. Catherine says, hi, squaddies. Please keep in prayer. Oh, for the Sussexes, safe journey back to California. Yes, we're hoping. And another person said that they thought that they'd be staying in the UK for a while. We don't know how long they will be staying there. They haven't been there for a while, but Harry does have Polo that ends on June 19th, so they're not going to be there for that long, because Harry needs to come back to be, I'm assuming, if they're there, that they're going to be there for the whole weekend. So maybe this weekend Harry's not going to be playing Polo, but Harry has Polo the next week, I think. So yeah, no, Harry's going to be back. Thank God for Polo, because I want them away from that country very quickly. So yeah, yeah. So Fancy, hi Fancy. Fancy says, hi everyone. Dropped in for a little while at the doctor's appointment. Oh, Fancy, I hope you are well. I hope your appointment goes well. Oh, we're so honored that even at your doctor's appointment, you dropped in and to check up on everyone to make sure we are well. Thank you. You guys can let Fancy know if you're okay. I'm assuming everybody in the chat is okay. And I hope wherever you're at the doctor's office, that everything turns out well. So, and if there's anything we need to pray for, just let us know. We will definitely keep you in our prayers. Let's see who else. Sonia. Hi, Sonia. Sonia Johnson. Welcome, Sonia. Sonia says, it is fascinating to me how those two people can be such a threatening force to a giant institution. They are grappling to get their help to fix this mess. The British royal, the British family have created. It's just, it's I can only think of, this is a small country. It's really a tiny little island. I mean, you think of the UK, it's, the population is just under what it is in California. And so it's a tiny island with tiny mentality and really see themselves as very small. So anything outside of their little island is threatening to them, it seems. And so, yeah, I have like two people who literally said nothing. They're like, we're coming. Okay, we're bringing the kids. That's it. And then all of them seem to like go over a cliff or something. And I mean, if Harry and Meghan breathe, they go crazy. It's just, it's just the most insecure people I have ever come across. An insecure institution is like, the royal family is supposed to be, and they do have all these connections, have all this supposed power, have all this stuff. Yet two people who are not even paying attention to you are threatening to you. These people who are doing whatever they're doing, are enjoying themselves, playing polo, doing whatever they're doing in California, and literally not paying attention to you, are threatening. And it's just like, oh my Lord. I have never come across it. I have never, ever, ever come across that. It's just, and Church Nelly is in love. Nacho man. I want me a nacho man. I'm gonna tell Delphine that you want her husband, Church Nelly. I'm gonna stick Delphine on you. You know, Delphine always calls, she refers to Nacho as my Nacho. So I think you're gonna have to fight Delphine for her Nacho. So, but I totally get it. Nacho is amazing. Nacho is wonderful. Such a wonderful human. Nacho Figueroa says so. So Nelly is there fantasizing about her Nacho man. So yes. So oh wow, 513 in our chat. Wow, thank you guys. Thank you, Lydia. Yes, Lydia says, please do a thumbs up. Please like, share this video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel and you're here for the first time, or just haven't, and even if you're here for the first time, please subscribe to our channel. Click that notification bell as well, so that you know when we drop a video. That will be really, really awesome. Yeah. Let's see. Miss D. Bernard. Hi, Miss D. Bernard. How are you? Miss D. Bernard says, they continue to underestimate Harry. Harry and his family are still royal family members. People need to get a clue. No matter what, they are Harry's family. And that's true. You know, it is Harry's family. And you're right. They are forever underestimating Harry because, again, Harry is considered, especially in the UK, as a spare. They still have that mentality that he is dumb, he is stupid, he can't do anything. I just, again, whenever you think about the UK, it's always opposites day. And always, whatever they're saying horrible about someone, they're projecting, because that is exactly what they're doing. You know, it is just, totally opposites day there. Because hello, it is amazing. Oh, thank you, Kenneth. I appreciate that. Hello, Kenneth, saying hello to everyone. Great content. I'm happy you're enjoying the content. And thank you, everyone in the chat, for participating in this. So we hear, hopefully I'm trying to get as many people your point of view as or the things you want to talk about or hear about here. So that's awesome. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Hi, Ruth. Ruth Lopez. Hi, Ruth. Ruth says, I still say there will be one pic taken of Liz and the kids and KP. And KP will release it officially, and that will be the pic we get. That could be exactly what happens. And I think of, when Archie was born, and we got that one pic of Archie with the Queen and Prince Philip, the late Prince Philip, and Mama Doria, and obviously Harry and Meghan. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the thing as well. I don't know if they will release it during the, because obviously everybody was like, we don't want to overshadow the Queen. We don't want to overshadow the Queen, while overshadowing the Queen because of the amount of press you're giving to Harry and Meghan. But I would assume that would be it as well. And some was saying that maybe that there would also be a christening for baby Lily. Who knows? I don't know if she may have already been christened. I don't know if they're doing it on her birthday. No idea. Again, nobody in the palace knows, because Harry and Meghan, quite rightly, are not telling anybody anything, because they know the minute they say something, it will leak, especially if it gets anywhere near anyone at Kensington Palace. So yeah, they're not doing anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised at all you know. So yeah. And again, I don't expect to see the Sussexes take their kids to any of the events, because I would assume they'd want it to be private. But I also think, because especially where the horses and all of those things with the parade stuff, I also wouldn't be surprised if Harry wants, say, Archie to see those, if there's a place that they can watch it privately or something like that. I also wouldn't be surprised at that as well, because they're into horses and stuff like that, and I could see how that could be an amusement or something exciting for a child. So who knows? I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Again, I, along with everyone else, we're all just speculating. So yeah. Let's see. Janet Pickering. Hi, Janet, or Tucson Screw member Janet. Janet says, Petal, don't forget petty. They are truly insecure and petty too. So they are very insecure and very, very petty. You are so right. You are so right. And they like to act like they're not petty. I'm petty, but I embrace my petty. I'm fully proud of being petty. I fully embrace it. But they act like they're not petty when it pours out of their bodies, and they're all acting like, oh, no, we are just, it's protocol, which we all know are lies. There's no protocol for those things, and but they want to pretend they're not petty, that they're all on the up and up, and I'm like, you're petty. So totally right, Janet, you are totally correct on that. So let me scroll up a little bit and see who I know I've missed some comments, so I'm going to scroll up. Bassani. Hi, Bassani Golf. How are you? Oh, but Bassani is talking to Carolyn. So, Bassani, I'm jumping into your conversation. She says, yes, Frogmore is the UK home for which he pays rent, so it's more likely he will stay there. There's also more privacy at Frogmore as it sits within Windsor Great Park. Totally, exactly. So that's why the Nottingham Cottage didn't make sense. It would make more sense that Eugenie might be there because they're back in the UK. It might make more sense for Eugenie and her family to be back in Nottingham Cottage, because I think that's where they were before they moved to Frogmore. And because if Harry and Meghan have their security and stuff, so their security might also be staying at Frogmore. Who knows? I don't know. That's a speculation. But so that would be more likely. But yeah, Frogmore is Harry and Meghan's home. They paid for the renovations. That's what they rent. And yeah, so yeah, that's all. Let's see. Caroline. Hi, Caroline. Caroline, how are you? Sorry, so Caroline. It's Caroline. Caroline. Tubbs. Caroline says if they get a picture of those kids, it's gonna be on Harry's terms, and he's gonna own the copyright. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yep. Definitely, because the other ones are, that they've had, including the one with the Queen when Archie was born, they definitely. And what they do is then they only license it out, or people can only use it. Like publications can only use it for a certain amount of time, and then they take back that license. So yeah, that's why you wouldn't see say that picture of the Queen and Archie and those guys. You would not see that in any newspaper or anything like that, because they only had a certain amount of time where they can use those in their publication. So yeah. And so I assume that's exactly what's going to happen if they have pictures of them. That is a big if. So, and if they don't, I expect that too. Let's see. Dory. Hi, Dory Wiley. How are you doing? Dory says, behind every great man is a great woman. Well, I would also say, I would, beg to differ a little bit there, Dory. I say, right, standing beside every great man is a great woman. I'm not into the behind anything. I'm like, I'm like, actually, Meghan actually even talked about that, how important it is that, that a man has a partner standing beside him instead of behind him, because that's always the mentality of, women standing behind the man. And it's like, well, I think the man would be a lot stronger having the women right stand by his side, that equal, I'm more equal, but everybody thinks differently. Some people, they do, as Dory says, this is their thing, and that's fine. Everyone looks at this differently. I just think about it more in terms of equality, in terms of standing beside your partner, and being equal. So yeah, but again, everybody is different in this way and different thinking. None wrong, just different, I think. So, Maggie. Oh, I jumped into Maggie's conversation. I keep jumping into people's conversations. She says, Annie, it's raining and cold for the Jubilee. Really? You're laughing about the bad weather? I don't understand the characters. Okay, that totally jumped in a conversation that I don't understand. But other than the first part, that it's raining. Ooh, well, Queenie, I do remember there was one, I think it was a Jubilee, where they said that the Queen and Prince Philip had to stand out in the cold, and because it was rainy and cold, and I think Prince Philip got sick the next day. That was whatever past Jubilee, I guess was the last Jubilee, I don't remember, 2012 or something like that, or may have been the one before that, where they were out in the cold and Prince Philip got sick. So, Queen Betty is 96, so I don't think if it's cold, Queen Betty is going to be out there. If it's rainy and cold, she's probably like, let's just skip this. So, I'm assuming the rainy is tomorrow. Oh, dear. So much for that balcony tomorrow. I think tomorrow is a balcony flyby thing where they claim Meghan and Harry are banned from, and the press like to tell the world that Harry and Meghan are banned from. So that would be interesting. So maybe the Lord will intervene there and be like, nobody's going to be on this balcony today. That would be interesting. Let's see. Going up. Maddie, hi Maddie Rambo. Question: is it Harry and Meghan's Jubilee? Because all I hear is their name. Yes, Maddie. Yes, it is Harry and Meghan's Jubilee. Sorry, Queenie. Your press has decided that it is Harry and Meghan's Jubilee. I'm telling you, Queen needs to do something really, really drastic to get attention, because she's not getting, I mean, you know how I feel about the Queen. I am not her fan. But I am here like, come on, guys. It's Queen Betty. She's 96. Give the woman some attention, please. Get off Harry and Meghan's case. But no, yes, Maddie, it is definitely Harry and Meghan's Jubilee, and the British press is making sure that the world know it. While at the same time blaming Harry and Meghan, who have literally said nothing. So, yeah. Let's see. Let me go down and see. Sunshine 7959. Hi, Sunshine 79. This was a bright and happy, bright and happy name there. Nottingham Cottage was Harry's bachelor pad next door to William and Kate's before he married Meghan. Yes. And after they married, they lived there until Frogmore was renovated. Then they moved there. That is quite correct. And remember, they had moved to the country. I don't remember not moved, but the Nottingham Cottage was their London home, but they were living out in the country somewhere. And then I think is Emily Andrews Emily Andrews. And they're the first people that I saw reported it, where a helicopter was flying over that house there in the country, took pictures of their bedroom. And then Emily Andrews in the Sun article singing, rejoicing that they found out where Harry and Meghan's living in the country. And then Meghan was pregnant at the time. They completely breached their security, and Harry and Meghan sued, and they sued the paparazzi that did it, and they won. And yeah, but Nottingham Cottage was their home, but they were literally a lot of the time was spent out in the country because, you know, apparently Nottingham College Cottage was very small. And so, and I think after they left, Eugenia and her husband moved in there. But yeah, it just, oh, the British press again. Lydia, hi Lydia, our awesome moderator Lydia. She says, yes, I agree, Petal. I think the culture affects how people expect a couple to behave. Harry and Meghan appear to be equal partners. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, they are very equal. I think they're, you know, I think the generation before, they're very much of the man in front and the man leading his family thing. And in the Caribbean, a lot of it is like that as well. You know, the man is the leader of the home and the, you know, and all of that stuff. And I think you know, more of a feminist mindset is we believe in equality. We believe in both of us are capable of leading. We are both capable and we are partners as opposed to one in front leading, you know what I mean? And so again, it's just different thinking and whatever works for your household. I guess that, you know, you do what you basically you do you. You know, so yeah, it's definitely, yeah, Meghan and Harry definitely are equals. And again, I remember, I think it was a Women's Day seminar that Meghan did when she was actually very pregnant. And she talked about that, about, you know, some men could feel insecure about a woman by his side. And she's like, no, that's when you should be empowered because the woman isn't walking behind you. They're right there. They can hold your hand right on the side of you, right beside you, that they're, whatever you're going through, that you know you have somebody beside you. And that should be empowering. But not everybody think that way. Some people feel better having the man in front of them. Some men feel better having the woman behind them. And others of us feel like, no, we like to be on the side. So yeah, different, you know, different strokes for different folks. Let's see. Emma Day. Hi, Emma Day. Emma Day says, I read that Eugenian family will be staying at Ivy Cottage. Oh, okay. And they're in town, which is next door to Nottingham College, where she stayed before. There you go. So they are going to be staying at Ivy Cottage. Cool. Thank you, Emma Day. Let's see, Mabel. Hi, Mabel Jones. You know, it's so wild. The name Mabel, it's I've heard it in the Caribbean, because again, you know, I'm from the Caribbean, and I think I've probably heard the name Mabel in this country once, but I love the name Mabel. It's really cool. I love that. Hi, Petal. This is not my first time watching your channel, and I want to let you know that enjoy it. It's very informative. Why, thank you, Mabel. I am so glad. I am so glad. We have a very, very informed community. And so even when I can't bring any, you know, actual clips of stuff, this very informed community just participates and we all talk about, you know, what's going on. So I am so happy that you're enjoying the information from this entire community. Because yes, I love people who know stuff. I am not into being around people who are just ignorant of what's going on and believing lies. I love this community because yes, we are very intelligent, very informed, and what I don't know, they tell me. So you guys educate me, which I get a lot of. So, and I appreciate it. So I am happy you're enjoying it, Mabel. Please keep coming. Please subscribe if you haven't already. So yes. Let's see. Oh, Emerald. Hi, Emerald. How are you? Emerald says, isn't it funny how an insignificant couple, yes, quote unquote, insignificant couple, have all these people on their toes? I'm telling you, isn't that amazing, Emerald? This so-called insignificant couple who, according to their polls, and that's another thing with the UK. What is this obsession with polls? Like, I just, and popularity polls. It's like it's the only thing that make their life anything. I mean, they are obsessed with fame, obsessed with popularity polls, obsessed with Hollywood, and you're like, and yet claiming that the Sussexes are only there for fame and only there for popularity. The Sussexes have done nothing in terms of, say, going to Hollywood or any of that stuff. Nothing in the 2 years they've been here. Nothing to go anywhere close to that popularity and all of that nonsense. Yet, it just, I mean, again, even what it was yesterday, they have the popularity poll that says Harry and Meghan are way down at the bottom. And it's like, well, if they're way down at the bottom and they're so insignificant, why are you writing about them? Why aren't you writing about the Queen? We don't know anything about this woman. You could have done like every day, this year in this date in 1950, the Queen did this. So educate people about why we should care about this woman, because frankly, in my book, she's not done anything in 70 years. She's taken a lot of stuff. I don't see what she's given. So shouldn't this have been the time where you educated people to care about this woman? I haven't seen any of that other than I heard that the Queen had like this home video thing that they put together, and apparently was supposed to be good, but whatever, but I haven't seen anything where, it's like, tell the world why we should care, because I don't care because I don't see her doing anything, and I haven't seen her do anything, so yeah. But apparently this insignificant couple is who is more important than the Queen, who's supposed to be her Jubilee. Don't ask. But anyways, let's see a couple more, because I know we're gonna have Baron in a few minutes. So just a couple more before we jump on over to Baron. And I'm so glad you guys are hanging, and I'm so glad this internet. Oh, let me just make sure my phone is on so that this internet doesn't go out on me here. Oh, Tuesday, yeah. Okay, great, back. Okay, let's see. Bertha Stevens. Let's see what Bertha has to say. Hi, Bertha. Bertha says Harry and Meghan should get a commission. Yeah, they should get a commission from all the haters who've been making money off them. The UK press are happy to that they're coming to the Jubilee. They will be able to pay their bills. Bertha, you are so correct. Harry and Meghan, I mean, and also too, the fact that they live rent free in so many people's heads, they should definitely demand a commission. They really should demand a commission, because all of these people are paying their bills because of Harry and Meghan, who they claim to hate and who is so insignificant. And it's just, I love the Jujubee. It's a lot more interesting. It's a lot more interesting. It's just like, I don't, but to hear them say, we are so tired of hearing about the same people writing about them. This is what they're writing. We are so tired about hearing about Harry and Meghan that we just have to come and write another article about them. Amazing. Oh, Catherine says, I hope Mama Doria is there to safeguard her grandchildren. I hope they brought her own food with them. I hope so too. And I hope so too. I don't trust anything in the royal family. I'm like, I'm always, I'm glad Meghan is a cook, so she cooks her own food. She don't have to depend on any of them. So yeah, definitely. Who knows? I mean, Mama Doria has her own life. So whoever is watching their kids, I'm sure they'll bring a nanny or someone with them to, for example, when they're going off, if they're going off to an engagement, someone will stay with the kids, whatever. Don't know if it's Mama Doria, because again, Mama Doria has her own life. She's not there to, just be taking care of grandkids. So whomever is there with them, yeah, I, make sure that they're safe. Karen Warner. And again, we're going to do one more after Karen. And Karen says, if the Duchess of Sussex is anything like me, she'll be walking with her own childcare for children from the US. After what happened to Guy, nobody in the UK will go near my children. Amen to that, Karen. Amen to that. Yes. And I don't think Harry, after that issue with that nanny that time, I don't think Harry and Meghan will just trust anyone, that they don't particularly know in the UK. I think they'll definitely be bringing someone that they know and they've been working with to take care of their kids. Yeah, I don't think they would trust anyone. And certainly not if somebody is recommended by the palace, I would run, take my children and run. If I have to run up to the US by foot, I would do it. Definitely. So let's take one more and then we are back. Oh, it's 1:00. So let's one. Oh, wait, Baron was earlier? Oh, I didn't know that. Baron was earlier at 11 a.m. today. He had errands to run. Well, thank you, Bertha. I watched Baron a lot of times on replay, so I did not pay attention to his time. So he was at 11. Okay, there you go. So we have a few minutes. We don't have to rush. Let's see who else we can. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. So I can watch him. And yeah, I was thinking I'm gonna get on Baron's live. I popped in for a bit yesterday, because I was like, I needed to hear about Baron and Dumb and Dumber talking about, him being Meghan. Lord. I just can't get over it. Joy says, I think it's like Doria is a grandmother. H&M may now have a nanny for the children by now. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They'll have a nanny because again, Mama Doria has her own life. She has her job and she, I think she is in, what is it called? I don't remember what her job is. All of a sudden it just slipped my mind. But yeah, Mama Doria has her own life and stuff. She's like, I'm a grandmother, but I'm not here to be, always babysitting your kids, So yeah, I know. Mama Doria has her own life. So yeah. Let's see. Let's go up and see who else. Let's see. Annie, hi Annie. Annie says the only ones creating the circus around the Jubilee are the British papers, Shutter Island media, tabloids. Yes, and again with all of them, I don't care who they are all tabloids, and if they're not, they're glorified tabloids because a lot of them with the stories, especially taking stuff from say the Daily Mail and reporting is as fact and not even fact checking. I mean, for me it's all tabloids. And yeah, absolutely, they are creating a circus and then blaming Harry and Meghan. And they could do that because a lot of their very gullible readers really believe what they say. In fact, never mind how, again, Harry and Meghan have said nothing other than that two little sentences they said, 2 weeks ago, whatever. It doesn't matter. A lot of people that read their articles believe that somehow Meghan and Harry are overshadowing the Queen. I'm like, you can give them a rock and put the name Meghan on it, and they'll scream, yep, that's Meghan, and she's overshadowing the Queen. It's amazing to me. Another thing that's amazing to me, and not amazing, but you remember when Meghan talked about in the Oprah Winfrey interview, and she talked about how restrictive things were in the royal family, how when she was pregnant, she wanted to go out, and one of the family members came over and said, you should stay home right now because you're everywhere. And Meghan's like, she's like, well, I'm everywhere, but I'm nowhere. I haven't left the house in 4 months or whatever it was. And she also talked about, how restrictive it was in terms of, having to turn in her passport, her keys, and all of those things. And, basically having to ask to go get medical help and all of those things. Meghan talked about all of those things in Oprah. And so many people, especially UK people, were talking about, they were saying that she was a liar. They were calling her a liar. Yet, when you look at a lot of reporting as to how they're reporting, I mean, there was this article, I think it's from ITV. Let me pull it up. I think it's from ITV. Where is it? Hang on one second. Where when you read it, it's like, is this like a prison? Because when she described it, it really sounded like they were in prison. And this is what it says. Prince Harry and Meghan's appearances will be strictly limited in the lead up to the Queen's Jubilee reports. Harry and Meghan's appearance will be strictly limited when they arrive in the UK to avoid overshadowing the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, ITV News has reported. The news organization said that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex arrival will cause great concern for royal aides ahead of the Queen's celebration. It it added that in order to reduce their appearances, the couple will fly into Harry's home country with the two children without any of their senior staff. They're leaving the most trusting members of their staff in the United States and will travel with just a limited number of security personnel, the ITV News says. When there, the Duke and Duchess plan to keep it simple. It's ITV News was told that they were told of their travel plans. Prince Harry and Meghan are due to attend the services, I guess on Friday, and then it goes into say like their other plans they don't really know. But the thing that stuck out to me is some of the language that they're using in this article. Like they're strictly limited. That it's like the royal family is like trying to control everything they do. It's the same. They're limited. They're not going to be allowed to go into some of the engagements. The royal they basically don't want them to there was another article, I think it was the one from Camilla Tominey, that the palace is concerned that they're going to pop up and do those unannounced engagements. They even mentioned like Meghan doing that unannounced stopping by the memorial in Texas. So they're doing everything to restrict what Harry and Meghan did do in the UK to make sure that whatever they do does not upstage the Queen. And when Meghan talked about how all the restrictions that was happening when she was living there, people were like, no, she's lying. And yet here's the press, apart from that, and that they're banned from the balcony and all of those things, the language that the press is using, whether true or not, because a lot of times the press makes stuff up, whether true or not, the language that the press has been using about anything around Harry and Meghan and what they'll be doing in the UK is a very restrictive. It's very exactly what Meghan was saying that it was. And when Meghan was saying it, they were all saying that she was lying. It's like, oh, the past wouldn't do that. Oh, they wouldn't do that. And yet they are, whether true or not, they are still using the same language that Meghan was using, and now we're supposed to believe it's true. So when Meghan said it was a lie, but now they're telling on, now it's okay because it all comes under the umbrella of we are controlling them. We have control over what they do. And it's just, again, when the victim of the control is saying you're controlling, it's not okay. But when the controlling party is saying, well, we control you and you have to do what we say, then it's okay. And that is the sick mentality of this country. It's like, again, I don't understand British people. I don't understand the need to control, the need to like have power over people and restrict them. And you can do this and you can only do it when I say to do it. You can only do it if I say to do it. And it's just this sick mentality. It's this colonial, it's like this colonizer mentality. And it's just, I don't know. Again, it's just so bizarre to me that people in 2022 believe and do this. It's unreal to me that and people are okay with this kind of controlling narrative, and that is okay for them. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I feel like, and not everyone, but especially the loud minority, it's like they're doing this stuff and then the majority are doing nothing. They're not standing up and they're not speaking out. Like, this is not okay, and if they're speaking, nobody is hearing, so yeah. Janet, hi Janet again. Janet says, Petal, I'm originally from the British Virgin Islands where they're trying to take over. The British Virgin Islands will not stand for that for my homeland. Yes, yes, because the premier, I think you call it a premier, he was arrested in Miami for drugs. And we talked about, touched on the British Virgin Islands for a little bit. And I don't know if this is your experience, and if you didn't know about it, what was happening is there. We talked about Jersey Island a lot, which is the Channel Island, the Queen's Channel Island. They are under the crown basically owns Jersey, and I think you say call it Guernsey, those channel the islands in the English Channel, and they are the tax shelters, and a lot of the money laundering and all that stuff. Two of the biggest tax shelters in the world. The British Virgin Island is one of those. British Virgin Islands are those. Yeah, exactly. And it's just so when I heard about the drugs and all of that stuff, and they're engaged in a lot of stuff, that was the least surprising thing, because that was part of what I was learning about the British Virgin Islands. They're also they are also crown dependents. They are, you know, they have the thing, and that's the thing. When I saw this, Janet, and I know that people are saying, like, you know, they don't want the British government to have direct control of their government. I'm sorry to tell you, it's the same thing as Jersey Island. People would deny this all they want. The the people who are leading these islands, they are controlled by the British government. They wouldn't tell you that. They will always tell you, no. These islands are independent. They'll always tell you that, no. They take care of their own stuff. But they people who lead these islands are like courtiers in the palaces. They take orders from the British government, and I hope and I wish that everyone really go in and really investigate and research how the British government work, because a lot of people don't understand, and I only started understanding the depths of it when I started reading up on Jersey Island. It is sick, because if you talk to anybody in Jersey, unless they are up on, you know, on the money laundering and all of that stuff, they will tell you that no, we are independent. We have our own government. We have our own stuff. That, yes, there's an elected government there that the people elected. I guarantee you that government, if the crown says something and the people says something, the crown gets there. What they say is what goes. And so I just, you know, and I know it's hard to tell people, like no, it's, yes, I know what it looks like. It looks like they're independent. It is not. And a lot of times, you know, would love everyone to go and research Jersey Island, Guernsey Island. Go the city, what is it? The city of London, not Greater London, the city of London, where all the financial you know, all the banks and all of that stuff, the Bank of London, all where they all are, that's like a city within London. If you don't know about it, it's a city within London that is corrupt as heck. And I'm like, everyone needs to go and learn what happens. Like, anything attached with the UK, anything attached financially with the UK is some of the most corrupt things in the world, where the most money laundering and stuff happens. And I hope that everyone, you know, will understand where a lot of this stuff comes from. I mean, it's scary. It is really, really scary when you go and start. I mean, there is this guy on Twitter. He is from Jersey Island. His name is Stuart Starrett, and he was one of the ones that was, he was an MP. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but he was an MP in Jersey Island, and he was investigating the this home for children who there was a lot of, I mean, horrible abuse that they were hiding for all these years. Murders, they were killing children, they were, you know, sexual abuse. Jimmy Savile from the, you know, you remember Jimmy Savile? He was one of the men who was abusing children in that place. Stuart Savile, he was investigating that, and when he got too close, they fired him. They basically, what they did to him is what they're doing to Harry and Meghan right now. One of the things they said is, if you go against the palace, if you go against the British government and the palace, they will treat you exactly what they're doing to Harry and Meghan and worse. Stuart Savile, he cannot, literally, no one in the UK would represent him. He literally has to represent himself in courts and stuff like that. They've destroyed this man's life. And it's so good that he has been fighting back, and he's been talking about it. He's on Twitter all the time. But I hope everyone could go and investigate and really research. any island that is connected with the monarchy, any island that is connected with the city of London, because it will open your eyes to the mess. And then you will understand. So when I heard, again, going back to you, Janet, when I heard about what happened with that leader that got busted in Miami, that was the least surprising thing, because I remember there's a documentary, I think, where they were asking him about money laundering and stuff going on in the British Virgin Island, and he was like, no, that's not going on here, and he was denying the whole thing. So when I heard he got busted, that was the least surprising thing to me. Least surprising thing. I was like, yep. So it is, yeah. Again, the leaders of these islands, yes, they put them in place to make it look like the islands are independent. They're not. They are totally not. So yeah, whenever I see this, I'm like, yeah. But I hope, for the people of the Vision, I hope that that they, get their own people, whatever, and hopefully people eyes are open to see what's really going on in their island, because again, it is one of the biggest tax shelters, along with Jersey, Guernsey, and a lot of others. So yeah, enough of my rant about that. Baron's in the house. Somebody said Baron is in the house. Where is Baron? Royal Sussex. Hi. I heard you were earlier. I was just like, oh, we gotta go because we gotta listen to Baron. And I heard you were earlier. I was like, oh, well, so much for me listening to Baron live. So I gotta go find you on replay now. So welcome, Baron. Oh, sorry, AKA Meghan. I love it. Let's see, Vetty. Vetty says Harry knows a hell of a lot. He was shocked of the racism he saw, but he wasn't aware of all until he met Meghan and saw it from her perspective. He's going to protect his family to death. Yeah, I mean, it would be hard for him to see it that close up, at least, without someone close to him experiencing it. Absolutely. I mean, again, Harry is not a saint in this area. Harry has had his issues with racism. He has said stuff that was very, that was racist, especially towards I think there was a thing where he did with a Pakistani person, the what he said to them, I don't remember. And I'm not going to repeat the name. It's a derogatory name for Pakistanis. And so, so Harry has had his history with that, and he has had to learn and he had to grow. But, coming from his background, I mean, if you know anything about the royal family, especially, with Hitler and all that stuff, that's the royal family. Again, colonialism, you know what I mean? That's what so am I surprised that Harry had racist tendencies or had racist thoughts or was racially insensitive to someone? No, because that's who they are. That is exactly who the royal family is. And, as someone who, if you are around kids will pick up what they learn at home and they will repeat it and oftentimes embarrass their family, which is exactly what Prince Harry did. And, Prince Charles, who was a little more enlightened, one would think, apparently helped him or sent him off to get some sensitivity training or whatever they call that training. And Harry worked on himself to get where he is. But even with that, if you're not close to somebody or somebody around you isn't experiencing it on that end, it would be hard for him to know. And I think that's, it would have been so good for the other brother to have learned that lesson with Meghan right there. That would have been a time where he could have grown and learned, but he chose to not, So it's amazing how two brothers, they think about it so differently, and they got such different things out of Meghan being there. So, let's see. Donnie said Meghan wouldn't humiliate herself like that. She is free. I'm not sure the first part what you mean, but yeah, she is free. She is definitely free, to do whatever it is she wants to do. She is definitely free. Let's see. Let's see, I'm gonna scroll up a bit. Joy says Harry's grown a great deal, and even more so since Meghan, Meghan NAACP Awards. They would not have received it if they had not worked and Meghan for. Okay, I'm not really sure. There might be a little bit of typos, I think. I'm not really sure. But yeah, he has definitely grown. That's that part I got. He has definitely grown in this area, and hopefully, I mean, you always want to grow in these areas, especially when it has to do with race, and especially when that's not your, it's not your race. Even though you're around Black people, you're around people of color, you're around, one of the things I love so much with Polo is Harry's the only white guy on this team. And it's just like, yeah, then you learn that culture too. Latino, it's like you learn that culture as well. So it's like, it's really great. So let's see. Cookies and cream. I don't think I saw one. Did I see one from you today? The cookies and cream? I don't. I know that Harry wants to see that racist farce of his grandmother. However, the royals are unbreakably racist, cruel, and dishonest. They unknowingly put his family in harm's way. I pray for the Sussexes. Yep. They are. Yeah. There is no willingness to change there, and there's nobody around them to really call them out. And the people that you would hope and think would call them out and really hold them to some kind of a standard don't, because they're all bowing down and worshiping, and they'd rather not say anything so that they can keep access to it. I mean, they're supposedly mainstream press there. They're supposedly press there that that's supposedly legitimate, that should be calling them out. The few people that I've seen, their articles haven't really gone anywhere, and even those articles that call them out are pretty soft. I mean, if say an American was writing about the same thing, they would really go after them, and there's none really that go after them. So, and even though like the Republic group have been like, I side-eyed them a lot, especially when they went after Harry and Meghan, and then Harry had to sue them, and then they had to apologize. They have been the ones that actually have been, especially lately after Harry really sued them, and the squad, a lot of us in the squad were calling them out, and we're like, you're supposed to be a Republican and you're attacking the ones who left, so we really had to go after them. So they've really changed their behavior, which was good to see. So they have been really posting a lot of things that they had billboards around the UK, calling out the royal family, especially with climate change and being hypocrites and all of that stuff. And so they've really been going at them, but their voice is very small, so a lot of people haven't really heard of them or really care about what they were saying. So unfortunately, their voice is not loud enough so everyone can hear. Gloria Thomas. Hi, Gloria. Gloria says, Harry and Meghan are not interested in taking up any Jubilee roles. Think about it. Their eyes wide focused on the two young children. I don't know. They haven't said anything. I mean, there's been speculation about what, that they're going to go to the Friday thing. Who knows? Harry and Meghan haven't said. So who knows, even the Queen is going to be there. I don't know. The press keeps saying they're going to have roles and they're going to be, assigned to this role. Again, control. They want control. So, yeah. Let's see. Trudy. Hi, Trudy. How are you? Trudy. Oh, it's so funny. I knew a Trudy. But her name was spelled Trudy, but I haven't seen a Trudy before. So this is cool. Great. Another way to say Trudy. So Trudy says, I think Meghan is doing this whole trip for Harry and her kids so that they will experience their father's heritage. I think so too. I absolutely think that as well, because I was thinking today, man, Meghan must really love Harry. To put up with the nonsense from his country that she has had to put up with and not really go off on them. And again, she's not the kind of person that would go off on people. But there comes a certain point where you're like, look, you know, and really blast them. And she can, you know, because I mean, she's been to the, you know, the belly of that beast and laughed. And I thought that today, it's like she must really love this man to put up with the nonsense and then go back there, you know, in this place where people are like, you know, that they're doing everything in their power to humiliate you, to put you down, to make you feel less than, and to lift up the queen and whomever else are there. And for to put yourself back in that situation, yeah, she must really love that man, you know. And then obviously, you know, so that her kids will experience, you know, and also too, even to name Lily Lilibet. And we talked about that when that happened. It's just like, you know, to even do any of that because it's Harry wanted that. It was meant so much to him to have that. And it's just like, dude, man, I don't know. That really tests my love. I'd be like, that really would be a test of like, I don't know that I could have done that. So needless to say, I probably why I'm single. Because I don't know that I can love that much. I would have issues with that. So, but anyways, let's see. Carrie Ann. Hi, Carrie Ann. Oh, I have a cousin named Carrie Ann. That's really wild. But Carrie Ann says, LOL, her going to England is a thank you for Harry's putting up with her crazy family. You know, there you go. The two of them have terrible family members. For a second there, Carrie Ann, I forgot about the Markles. I forgot about the Markles for a second there, and you just put me in my place. You are right, they do. So yeah, I guess Harry had to put up with her crazy family on the daily. So I guess they're kind of putting up with each other. You know, there you go. That's marriage for you. There you go. So wow. Yep. Wow, man, I forgot about what Harry's had to go through with the Markles. My goodness. Let's see. Puzzle Dot. Hi, Puzzle Dot. Let's see. Puzzle Dot says the military changed Harry. He sees the lies his family was teaching him. He now understands his mother's legacy. Harry, please continue to fight for your family. And yeah, that's so true. I mean, he talks about that all the time, that, you know, going into the military, one, it saved him. It gave him a brotherhood, helped him to see and be able to see things outside of that horrible snake pit. And yeah, you know, and yeah, I mean, he talks about, you know, whatever it is he's doing, it definitely with his mom and his heart and his mind. So thank you, Puzzle Dot. Absolutely. And yeah, it's definitely continue to fight for your family, because God knows none of the others would do it for you. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, Annie, thank you so much for saying this. We can help our moderators when we see a troll. Click on the name, block, report. Thank you. Thank you so much, Annie. Yes, guys, if you see any trolls in here, we are a troll-free space. We have no patience for trolls on this channel. No patience at all. So yeah, if you see, please point out so we can get rid of them, so we can keep this a safe space for all of us. We don't need any trolls here. So there. Let's see. Oh, let me make sure my phone is back on. So, yes, come on, back on. Okay, good. Whenever my phone sleeps, that is, the internet gets crazy. So yeah. Let's see a few more. Let's see. Lynn says, Harry is very possessive. I hope he is not a controlling person. This Jubilee thing is a bother to me. I can't wait for all the mess to be over. I don't know that he's possessive. He definitely protects. I mean, I don't know. I don't know them. I've never met either one of them, so I don't know their relationship. It doesn't seem possessive. I know there are times when he's like, you know, if a guy's around Meghan, he would be eyeing them, as I would think any guy would, or, you know, he'd be like, you know, she's mine, or something like that. And it seems to be done in joke, but, you know, I mean, again, none of us are in their relationship, you know, at least I'm not. I don't know if anybody of you have, met them or know anything about their relationship. I personally, I try to stay out of people's marriages because one, I don't know what's going on in their household. But, you hope that it's, um yeah, and it's like, I hope he's not control. Yeah, I mean, I would hope that as well. And Meghan seems to be a person that she's about, we have equal control, or we have not control, but we have, it's like a partnership. They have equal partnership in their relationship. So it doesn't seem like whatever he does has offended her in any way, at least not publicly. And so, but again, none of us know what happened in people's houses. So things could look one way in public and then very different in at home, as we all know. So hopefully and prayerfully that, that partnership remain, that is in the home as well. I mean, so that way it stays a healthy home. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, someone else was saying Gwendolyn. Hi, Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn actually was responding to that. She says, Lynn, I think love and possession are two different things. Harry gives Meghan all of his respect, and he does that too. Again, we see what we see in public, is that, he respects her, and, and he expresses love again in public, because again, none of us have been in their house, so we don't know. But what we've seen, that's what it seems to be. So, and again, we can only hope and pray that that translates into the home as well. Yeah. Let's see. Patty J. Hi, Patty. Patty says Meghan loves Harry to the ends of the earth, but we also have to realize that Meghan is going back to a stronger woman. She's going back a stronger woman, and she knows they have no control over her. She will be okay. And with a smile, exactly, Patty J. And we saw that strong woman, her last engagements, especially when the Cambridges and Wessexes, well, not the Wessexes, but female Wessex, Ford, what's her name, Ford Fiesta, was, and along with the Cambridges, were being very nasty to them. And you saw Meghan, and with that smile on her face, and there's a picture of Harry looking at her, and he looks like, I can't believe you're smiling. Why are you smiling? They're being nasty to us. I mean, that's how I interpret that photo. But Meghan with that smile on her face, and and I think as Black women, we know that smile. We know that smile, because if Meghan had responded the way how they basically, ignore them, or we saw the attitude, even though it wasn't verbal, we saw the attitude at them from the Cambridges, and especially female Wessex. And if Meghan had responded in a way that they were to her, what would the headline be? They will always go to attack, because more than likely she would be the angry Black woman there. And Meghan knows enough of that to know to put that smile on her face, which is so unfair, which always take me off. That Black women, that we have to put smiles on our face when people are being rude to us, when people are offending us, because we are afraid, or we don't want to be labeled the mad Black woman, the angry Black woman, because we know that's what, especially when you're dealing with the press, especially a racist press, like in the UK, Meghan would be the one attacking Kate and William and female Wessex, because we know Edward, even though we know now that Edward is like, dude, but then he was the only one talking to Harry and Meghan. He was the only one that engaged them in any kind of, like, we're family. So I actually liked Edward at that time. Now I don't, but at the time I was like, oh wow, but if Meghan had responded in the way they treat her, and we know what happened before, like they took them off the list of marching in. And again, that whole marching in with the Queen last, it was just hierarchy stuff. It's that the fact that they're doing that among Commonwealth people, it's like, oh my God. It's like, do you people not have a clue what you're doing here? But that said, it's like, again, if Meghan had responded in kind, she would be attacked. So that's why she put that smile on her face. That's why that smile never left her face. But you could know, as a Black woman, we know what was inside. We know what was there behind that smile, because that was not a smile of joy. So it just, don't get me started on that. It's like, it's so unfair. So, anyways, um, let's see. C-Mac. Hi, C-Mac. C-Mac says, my dad is an army man too. He also is always on high alert. That's just how they are, trained to always watch their G. And I'm not sure what G is, but I'm assuming trained to basically be on guard. And yeah, especially if you've been at war, and especially with how people have been going after Harry and Meghan. There was a girl who posted, and I think I talked about it in one of our past episodes. There was a girl who said that after when Harry and Meghan did the charity polo, when they did the charity polo, what is it, 2 Sundays ago? After, when they were leaving the stage, she said she was talking to Meghan. I guess Meghan was on the stage and she was underground, and she was talking to Meghan, and she said Harry gave her a look like she was a stalker, and I was like, yeah, because again, when you're from the military, you have that background, and especially the things that they have been going through. Harry is very protective in public. He's gonna be always on guard, and so I could totally get that. I totally understand, especially when you've been to war. Yeah, exactly. So thank you, C-Mac. Let's see who else is chatting. Thank you, Trish. No, she always tell me preach, and then I get embarrassed. I'm sorry, I don't mean to preach. I'm a little passionate about certain things, especially about how we as Black women are treated. That is, if you want to irritate me or get under my skin, do something like that. That is like, I am. Oh yeah, I have no tolerance, patience, or anything like that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to preach, but those things, they rile me up, I guess. So let's see. Let's see. Jennifer Jackson says, you show yourself differently. I am a lady. You can't break me to your standard. This might be part of a conversation that I just didn't know, but I'm not sure. So if you weren't talking to me, you might be talking to someone else. And so I'm sorry, Jennifer. I'm not sure. Or maybe you're talking about the smile, that smile that we all know. So that, that could be it as well. But yeah, that you can't break me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Dolores, yeah, a little bit change of pace here. Dolores says, forgiving nonsense is our territory. Scream angry Pope in call to Archbishop of Canterbury. Oh, forgiving nonsense is our territory. Scream angry Pope in call to our Archbishop of Canterbury. Huh. So wait, I know the Archbishop of Canterbury talked about forgiveness, and Prince Andrew, that he's trying to make amends and all of that stuff, and everybody kind of got on his case yesterday about it, and he kind of backtracked a little bit and saying that he's part of a wider topic. He was talking about England as a nation is a very unforgiving nation, which is true. But his thing with Andrew is like, that Andrew is trying to make amends, that he's trying to make amends, which is a good thing. Well, Andrew kind of isn't making amends, and he hasn't acknowledged what he has done. He paid off to get rid of a case. He hasn't acknowledged anything. He hasn't apologized for anything. So I'm not sure where forgiveness goes there. It's like, well, in order to get that forgiveness thing, it's kind of like you're gonna have to first acknowledge what you've done. You actually have to acknowledge that you did something that you need forgiveness for. So if that isn't in place and you're not doing that, then I'm not sure how you get the forgiveness, how you jumped over, taking ownership of what you did and apologizing for it. Only then can you really get to forgiveness and get to make amends. You can never, he can never take back. I think we talked about this yesterday. He can never take back what he did, but you can't start with owning what you did. You have to start with saying, I did this. Yes, I am guilty. and they take ownership of it, and then you ask for forgiveness. That's kind of how it works. You don't jump over all of that and get forgiveness and then make amends. That kind of is not how that works. You can't buy your way to forgiveness. It doesn't work. As not, as an outside person, as a person who haven't done the crime, I need to make sure that I'm not holding anything against him. I have to make sure that I'm not holding hate towards him, because then I have to deal with my own heart, and make sure that my heart is, pure. And, whether he decides to acknowledge it or not, I need to make sure that don't have hate in my heart and lack of forgiveness in my heart, but against him, and let him deal with his own stuff. Like, that's between you and the Lord. You take that up with him, and you, you know what I mean? But as a society, in a society looking in, and that's like, well, you kind of have to go the route of, I did this, I am sorry. And then you get the, collective, like, okay, people decide whether, they decide to, like, accept you back into that community, whatever. But it's like, yeah, Andrew's got some work to do. One of it is, I did this and I am sorry. That's where it starts. So, but anyways, my Jones, Petal, he needs to do a public apology, like sit down interview. He does. One, he never apologized. I mean, talk about public apology. First and foremost, he needs to apologize to the person that he raped, or shall we say allegedly raped, so that their lawyers don't come after us. Allegedly raped. But I mean, hello, you don't pay someone $12 million to, that you, as he said, never met. I mean, you have to, hello, you got to go apologize to her. That's the most important thing. And then you apologize to the community. You basically did an interview, say you didn't do it. And so it's like, yeah, there's got to be work done there. So I think especially whenever it comes to, say, the Archbishop of Canterbury or anybody, again, remembering the Queen is the head of the church, so I don't think that interview just happened to drop now. That for me is Queen Elizabeth using her Archbishop to try to get Andrew absolved of his, alleged crimes. That sort of thing don't just drop in the middle of the Queen, 2 days from the Queen's Jubilee. That is specifically timed for that, because again, they are fielding out the people to see where, how, and the Queen has been doing it the whole time, trying to get Andrew back, ingratiated back into the community. If it was up to her and the press, that will happen, but I think the community at large is, the community at large is like, no. There's a path to forgiveness. And one, it starts with first owning what you did, and again, I think the Archbishop of Canterbury is allowing himself to be used by our dear Queen Elizabeth. Again, she is, which is like the most ridiculous thing. She is the head of the church. And it's just like, are you serious? But yes, she's the head of the church. And again, the fact that this interview dropped yesterday, this is not a coincidence. This is trying to, get Andrew back in. So Queen Betty, she's doing her thing. I mean, the woman is a mother. She's doing what, if some mothers would call their kids out and hold their kids to account. Queen Betty is not that kind of mother. She's like, this is my favorite son, and I'm going to do everything I can to, including paying, $12 million to absolve him and buying my way, oh, this is, Janet says, Petal, you're totally right. Forgiveness is not for sale. Yeah, this is what they're doing. It's like you bought your way out of a court case, and now they're trying to, it's like, see, we paid $12 million, so maybe we can include forgiveness in that $12 million. It's like, yeah, no, that's how that works. Unreal. So, but let's see. Dolores says the Queen is Andrew's mother, but the Queen answered to the Pope. She does? I don't know that. I thought the Pope was Catholic. I didn't know the Queen answered to the Pope. I was like, I thought Queen is the Church of England. I don't think that's Catholic. I'm like, that would be a first. I didn't know that. If that's the case, then Thank you for the education. I didn't know that at all. Annie says Andrew is too arrogant to apologize. Yeah, that's the thing. Humility does not run in the royal family. These are people, as you've seen with all of the things that they have done. Look at how many people they have hurt, abused, whatever. Think, in terms of, say, the Queen's sister, in terms of Princess Diana, Meghan, all the things they've done, not just even to them, all the things they've done. The one thing that you will never, ever, 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 ever hear from the royal family is, I am sorry. They'll never acknowledge, they will never acknowledge what they've done to you, and they will never apologize. White supremacists will never apologize for anything. They will gaslight you and they will blame you. And if you talk about what they've done to you, as we see what they've done to Meghan, they will then turn it around and accuse you of attacking them. They will accuse you of a crime. That is exactly it. As we saw, he even did to Virginia, claiming that Virginia is the one that was providing girls for them. Again, that's what they do. It's just unreal. Let's see. Going down. Miss B says, the Queen is not the head of the church, it's God the head of the church. If the Queen has her own church, yes, but to be the head of the church is certainly not of me. Well, that's in England, yeah. In England, the Queen is we know what biblically, if you're literally going by the Bible and the Bible standards, which they obviously are not going by, it's like Jesus is the head of the church, not a person, but what they do in their church is that the Queen is the head of the church. And then when the Queen is no longer, then we have Prince Charles who's going to be the head of the church. It's again, a strange country, but that's the case there. Let's see. Carolyn says, the Anglican Church is what I would say one of the daughters of the Catholic Church. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the Queen answers to the Pope. I think the Pope is Catholic, and the Church of England is not. I think what is the Church of? I forgot. Is it Anglican or something? What? I'm sorry. I guess I should have known that, and I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me out with that. What is they consider? It's like Protestant, yeah, but I don't think it's Catholic. So, and again, I'm not versed on the difference, but I think one of the rules is that a Catholic person, and I could be wrong, a Catholic person can never be, or if you're, you know what, I don't know. I was trying to say something and I think I'm all mixed up. So let me just stop. Moving on. Y'all can help me out with that one. Let's see, Lydia. Lydia says, I don't know, or they do not know, or they ignore the word. Oh, they do not know or ignore the word. I think they ignore it. I mean, if you read the Bible, you would know that, I mean, if we're talking about the same thing, Lydia, if you know that, if you know what the Bible says, you know that a person is not the head of the church. I mean, that is very clear in there. It's very, very, very specifically clear who the head of the church is according to the Bible. But they ignore it or simply don't read it. So, but again, a lot of times we've seen, if they're anything like the royal reporters, they read it and completely deliberately, completely twist what it says, or, it's like reading comprehension skills are nowhere there. So it's like, that could also be it. Who knows why that is the case? It's like, don't know. Let's see. V Thomas, you're at work. She's like, I'm at work listening. I have to go back in the next 15 minutes. If I was home, I would definitely happen to me. She's talking to Betty, but I was just very excited that V Thomas joined us on her work. Oh, we're so honored, V, that you came and hang out with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Oh, Carolyn, let's see what Carolyn has to say. She says the Anglican Church is what I would say. The Anglican Church. One of the daughters. Oh, wait. I think we just said that. I'm sorry. We just did that. I thought it was something different. Sorry, sorry, Carolyn. Let's see. Karen, let's see what Karen says. Karen says, yes, oh, you're so right, Petal. That was my conclusion. The Archbishop was pushed there by the Queen. The same reason he sent to Canada regarding all of the 1,000 unmarked graves found. You know, I heard that he was there and he apologized. Or at least that was the press said. I didn't read the articles about it, but I know Prince Charles didn't apologize because of that. And if you guys know, it's that school that they basically took a lot of indigenous kids and they brought them to this school to teach them English and get, for them to basically stop speaking in their native language, and a lot of them were abused and all of that. Kind of the same thing that happened in Jersey Island I was just talking about. It's kind of the exact same thing that just happened there, and thousands of kids were a lot of them were killed. I mean, we talked about the Magdalene laundries a while ago. We did that episode, and I did that episode explaining what the Magdalene laundries are. It's the same pattern with all of these places. And so when Prince Charles went to Canada a couple of weeks ago, I think he was there. He went to that community, and that community is also asking for reparations. They're also asking, for an apology, neither of which Prince Charles gave. Neither of which. And I'm one of the things with the Caribbean, it's the same thing I have with these people. I'm like, if you want an apology from the royal family, do not invite them into your country. Don't let them in. Don't say no when they want to come. They want to come and soak up your culture and all of that stuff and take pretty pictures, but they will not apologize. They will never apologize if you let them come in. You gotta say no. You want to come to my people, you apologize before you get here. We talk reparations, and when you come, you're going to come with a budget. You're going to fill out that exactly how you're going to pay. And that's the reason you're going to come among my people. You do not bring them in there and give them presents and let them soak up your culture and eat your food and then expect them to apologize. They will not do it. And it's the same thing that happened in the Caribbean. It's the same thing that happened in Canada. It's one of the reasons I didn't talk about it. I was so irritated at it. I was like, I can't even talk about this. Because they did exactly the same thing. And Prince Charles walked out of those people without an apology. It's the same thing. I was like, oh, we need the reconciliation and all of those things. Well, reconciliation is not going to happen without you owning what you did, what your people did, without owning it and apologizing for it and making restitution. That's the only time you're going to get reconciliation. It's the same thing with Andrew. It's a process. You don't just jump over all of that to reconciliation. It's not going to happen. And so, yeah, again, one of the reasons I did not talk about this because I was really irritated. I was just like, I need to come down and be able to talk about this in a calm manner. And so, as you can tell, I'm a little still passionate about it. But yeah, but yes, I did hear that the Archbishop apologized, but the royal family never did. And who knows if, I'm sure, as with the Caribbean and in Africa who are asking for African countries who are asking for reparations, unless you get tough with them, you're not getting it, unfortunately. So we got to stop playing nice. We have to stop playing nice. These people don't play nice. We need to stop. If we want to be listened to, if we want to be heard, if we want to accomplish the things and get what we need from them, we need to stop playing nice. We need to stop being so welcoming, and I know that goes against some of our, sense of whatever, but it's kind of like, even you look biblically, because some people could be like, no, we're Christian and we have to show Christian kindness and Christian, and look, a lot of people say in the Caribbean and whatever, African, whatever, a lot of people are, they're church-going folks. A lot of people are, some connection to scripture, some connection to Bible and all of that stuff. But if you read the Bible, and if you really look at, say, Jesus's character, there were days where Jesus went into a temple and the people were selling, you know, or it was like they turned the temple into like a marketplace. Jesus went out, made a whip out of cords, and he went crazy on them and drove them all out. And he was like, you have turned my father's house into a marketplace, and he wasn't having it. And it was just him and his whip, and they got out. He was not playing. And so sometimes we can confuse, like, I have to have Christian love and Christian patience and Christian. No, if you're literally looking at what the character, looking at Jesus' character, there were times Jesus was not nice. He was not sweet. You can never describe him as nice and sweet and kind. I mean, yes, he had showed kindness when that is necessary. But when it was time to lay down the law, he did. And you know, you don't find nice people making a whip out of cords and chasing a whole bunch of people selling stuff in a marketplace and getting rid of them. That nice people don't do stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so sometimes people can confuse, and not everybody say are biblical, or, you know, in terms of say the Bible, but we can have this mindset that we always have to be nice to people in order to whatever. No. There are times when you know, that's one thing with me. It's like, so sometimes people are like, oh, you're nice. I'm like, no, that I don't ever describe myself as nice. I am very much like, there are days it's like, no, I am bluntly honest sometimes, and I'm not a nice person, because I don't believe in niceness in the sense of you're always having to be pleasant. You're always having to have a smile on your face. No, there are times I do. There are times I don't. There are times I'm like, look. And I think we need to get to that place. And I think we need to get to a place where, you know what, you're gonna have to call me the angry Black woman. You're just gonna have to do that, because I'm not gonna put a smile on my face and talk to you. I'm going to blast you. There's going to be a time when we have to do stuff like that. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be preaching, but I feel like we need to just get to a place where we are okay, whether someone decides that we are mad Black people or not, and be like, you know what, you're just gonna have to do it, but this is what you're going to have to do. And so that's my take on this stuff, because it's like, this has been years and years and years and years and years of these people doing this stuff, and then we are sitting, you know, we have to sit here and take their stuff and, you know, have to be nice and welcoming. It's like, if you need to kick them out, you kick them out. It's time for we to stand up and be like, no, you will not treat me in this manner. You need to pay up. And if you're going to come into my country, you're going to come into my country with a payment plan, or you're not coming. And that's the thing, you know? So it's just, yeah, I'm like, look, I am so done. I am so done with England and their mess. I'm so done with that. I'm being nice when you're treated in the manner that it's like, yeah, I'm done. So sorry, I don't mean to, you know, go on about it, but yeah. Cookies and Cream says there's a big difference between meekness and weakness. Yeah, totally. Because a lot of times people think meekness means weak. No, it's not. You know, so yeah, totally. So, and we need to, you know, it's just, yeah, stand up and speak up. So, let's see. A few more. I'm so sorry. It's 2:00. I know we got places to go, you know, people to see, things to do. So a couple more before we head out. Sorry guys. Those kind of touched the nerve. Sorry. V. Thomas says most perpetrators want their victims to forgive and forget. Yes, while they stand by not doing anything. Yes. And then not only that, they want to tell you, you know, they want to dictate how you respond to what they're doing, you know. And then if you talk, like we see it with Meghan, you know, if you talk about it, then they gaslight you and then said that it's your fault for them doing. It's like, it's so abusive. It is so abusive. So yes, absolutely. Let's see who else is chatting. Well, I'll take a couple more before we go. And Trish Nelly says, Meghan, get your Vaseline sneakers and boxing gloves. Yes, yes, yes. Judge Nelly, thank you for your humor. You definitely get me down from my, my irritations. Definitely. Thank you. You gotta get Megan some boxing gloves. Let's see. Mercedes. Hi, Mercedes Todd. How are you? Mercedes says Megan needs to kick off her shoes and take her earrings off her ears and make a stand. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. In whatever way she decides doing it, I'm so happy she's in this place where it's kind of like they don't need the royal family, that they can go, see the queen and leave it and feel like, okay, I'm fine, and so I'm glad that they're in a space where they don't need that, so yeah. um oh, someone's Phyllis Brooks. Hello, Phyllis. Let's see what Phyllis says. Phyllis says, she says the Bible has been misquoted and whitewashed to justify evil, perversion, and greed. We can read now and have a greater understanding. No excuses. That is so true. I mean, people would misquote the Bible to make, to accept like slavery and all of these things, and like she says, abuse, and even they use the misquoted to justify all of these evils, and then use it to basically gaslight you. It's like, well, the Bible says, be kind to your leaders, follow your leader. It's just like, no, but you're abusive. So yeah, I'm just, yeah. My Jones, bye. See you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And so last one, so that way, I mean, it's 2 hours. So the last person, let's get the last voice in here. Let's see who we should do. Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's see, where are we here? Joyce says, Meghan has handled herself well. Never let people bring you down to their level. She left that place with her family and living the life they want. Amen, Joyce. Amen. That's a good one to end on. Thank you so much, Joyce. And that is so true. She has learned, she handled herself with dignity, and she left that place with her head held high in the most fabulous fashions to boot. If she shows up to any public thing, I'd be very interesting to see her fashion. But she left there with her head held high and very with her pride intact. So good for her, and I expect the same for this. Who knows? Maybe they're there already, maybe they're not. But yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me through all of my varying emotions today. I mean, thank you for all the incredible comments you guys made in the chat. Thank you for being a part of this podcast. And I think I'm gonna do this more. It's like, just to get your comments more in, instead of me just going on and on with receipts. I like this kind of chat thing too. It's very freewheeling and really cool. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate your support, your love, your donations, all of this. Thank you. Have a great day. I shall do this tomorrow again. I hopefully, please pray my internet come back. I can't live without it. And so that I can have at least some pictures at least. So anyways, thank you guys. Thank you to our amazing moderators, Nelly and Church Nelly and Lydia. Thank you to all our wonderful, you guys wonderful in the comments for keeping out any trolls. I appreciate it. But again, if you're here for the first time, or if you haven't, please do what that little scrolly thing at the bottom says. Please subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell so that you can know when we drop a video. You can also join our 2 cents crew, and that way you can support us monthly. That is also amazing. We do have merchandise, which I don't have a picture to show you, but in the show notes, you will see a link there that says merchandise. So if you're interested in getting some Facts and 2 Cents merchandise, shop till you drop. We have backgrounds that we normally have there, where if you're looking for art prints, you can also support us that way. We also have PayPal. We also have Cash App, so you can support us there as well. So for all of you who have done all of that before, thank you so much. And for all of you who will, there's no obligation, but if you'd like to, We appreciate it. So thank you guys. I will see you next time. And we can go out with some music, which I should get, should have going a little bit. There we go. There's a little bit of music. There you go. So see you guys. See you next time.